One of the biggest reasons traders struggle isn't strategy, it's greed. Most traders are trying to hit home runs when profitable traders are focused on base hits. Today's video we're going to focus on base hits versus holding. It's something that I've been kind of struggling with for the past 2 weeks, and I believe depending on the type of trader you are is basically what you should do. The home run mentality. A home run trade is when you try to catch the entire move. You don't want to take profit early because you think price might keep going forever. Certain problems fall into this category. Holding winners too long. When you watch profits turn into break even, you refuse to close because it might go further. Or one loss wipes out several small wins and now you're trying to super hold to make it all back. Home run trading feels exciting, but it's emotionally driven, not rule driven. You feel me? Home run trading can kind of make you feel like you're great because when you post it online, people are gonna gas you up. And it's stuff like that that makes you feel good. It's great for the endorphins, I would say. It's great for the ego, but it's wrong because not every trade's gonna be a home run, which means you probably are gonna suffer a lot of break evens or losses praying for the home run. Don't mind the writing, but we're gonna call this the base hit approach. Base hits in trading means taking consistent smaller profits that add up over time. Some examples would be what I do by having 100 take profit. You have trading plans that say, okay, I need to get a 1 to 2 here. You know, stacking smaller wins, $100, $100, $100, $100, $100. It makes your account grow steady. Professional traders think in terms of consistency, not lottery tickets. So basically what I'm trying to explain to you is if you wanted to sit down and think about it, you should be aiming for a profit goal. If you make $300 a day at work, you should be aiming between 3 to 600 in trading because that's what you make. You want to double what you're making. You feel me? Not aim for 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 because then it's not going to be repeatable every trade. And what you want is repeatability every trade. Feel me? The struggle on taking profits. Closing winning trades is harder than closing a losing one. You kind of know how much you want to lose, but you never know how much you want to win. And that seems to be the biggest problem traders face because not knowing how much you want to win leaves it open-ended in the air. Leaving it open-ended in the air means you're prepared to walk away with $100, you're prepared to walk away with 50, you're prepared to walk away with 10. Even if it gives you what you're really prepared to walk away with because you don't have a target, you're going to always ask for more. And that right there in itself is dangerous in the market. Why do people do this? Why do people have this fear of taking profits? They have a fear of missing more profits. You have people who overhold because they just want to get everything they can. They want to squeeze whatever pair it is, whatever setup it is for as much as it can get, as much as it can give. But then you trap yourself into a mental hole, as in now you think every trade is supposed to do it when it happens once. That's greed kicking in. That's ego saying, I knew it would go further, as opposed to you looking at market structure. You know, it's basically gambling instead of trading. You don't go broke from taking profits. You go broke from refusing to take profits. I have a problem with this I recently had a problem with this. I wouldn't say back in the day, because I normally feel like certain profits isn't enough. And I need to get that out of my head because it's still 300 ticks whether I go in with the proper size micros or not. So with that being said, this video is really for me and you guys. Alright, so then that begs the question, when to hold, or when is the right time to hold, or when does holding a trade make sense? This doesn't mean you never hold trades. It means you hold with rules, not hope. Alright, so like when it comes to holding a trade, certain things have to happen. First, if your take profit is at a high and you decide you want to hold, we'd have to break that high. Trailing stops when the high is broken would then be a great way to ensure you can hold a trade. Taking partial profits, I don't believe in that, but that's another great way to ensure you can hold a trade because you've already scraped off the top. Holding based on structure and not emotions, that's another great way to hold trades. Basically, if structure is telling you we want to buy, your stop loss is under structure, we haven't touched your stop loss yet, it will be a great way to hold a trade. You feel me? Letting trades run should be planned, not emotional. You should come today and be like, I'm looking for my 1 to 2, but this has a potential to give a 1 to 4. So if I get my 1 to 2 quickly, I will hold for a 1 to 4. Great example, right? Now, most traders would rather turn a $200 win into a loss than take 200 and miss an extra $50. That's ego, not discipline, and I am the one that normally does that. You feel me? If I want $500 and it gives me 450, 480, 490, that extra $10 mattered to me. And I'm trying to break that because then I just let it come back to break even. And that's a problem all on its own. You get me? Okay. Trading is a business. Businesses survive on consistency, not jackpots. Base hits build accounts, home runs build stories, YouTube accounts, TikTok accounts. And what are you trying to build right now? You get me? Trying to build an appropriate trading account. And with that, base hit sounds like the more profitable thing to do simply because if that's how businesses function, every day they make a certain amount of profit or they try to beat it. You feel me? But they're going to hit their daily goal first. If you try to keep that in mind, instead of going for home run hits, eventually the home runs are going to come to you. You just need to learn how to hold for them. If once you practice the base hits, the home runs will come fall in your pocket. If you can learn to take your profits with discipline instead of chasing every last pip or tick, your trading will become calmer and more consistent. Next, I'll show you how to decide when the trade deserves to be held and when to take a base hit. But let me know in the comments, are you more of a base hit trader or a home run trader right now? Let me know. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're old to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Thank you.